Hey, this is Magius Necros from GameFAQs, and I figured that since my laptop has a webcam, I should make a webcam vid. I've never made one before, so if this sounds crappy, then I apologize. Today I wanted to talk about a couple things, namely the music remixes I post up on my YouTube channel, the new trademarked Final Fantasy Dimensions, the Final Fantasy Type 0 localization because I would like to clarify it, the upcoming Icarus uprising, and just so I get this out of the way now, some guy on another forum wanted me to mention Batman and that he is doing midterms, and I told him that, well, I hope he doesn't fail, but if he does, I'll laugh because it'll be funny because he didn't study. That's all his fault. So yeah. But first thing I want to talk about is the music remixes I put up. I've noticed that some people will say that they like how I did it. I'm just going to set the record straight that I don't make these remixes at all. I find them and I post them up because I like them and I think everyone else should hear them. That and my major Gilgamesh nut. Man, if I find a good version of Clash on the Big Bridge, bam, it's going up there. But yeah, basically, if I don't find them while browsing the web, I use a website called Arrange Stream. It's a big database of all the Dojin fan artists that compose fan-made video game arrangements. And it's pretty cool. If you want the link, I can give it to you. It's pretty epic. Basically, you just enter what game you're searching for under the search bar if you use Google Translate. It's pretty cool. They got lots of Final Fantasy ones. They have over 900, spanning from, I think, all the games. But some of them don't really have much. But other games have a ton. That's awesome to me. Next thing I want to say is that regarding the city of Duodecim, 012, Final Fantasy, um, I'm an XDev mainer, and I'm not a assist person. I'm a bit primitive in the way I play. I like defending and attacking. I'm really good at it. But all I want to say about it is that if you want any help against fighting XDev or learning to play as them, give me a private message and I will help you because he's my main and I know what to do. It's awesome. Of course, there's some people that, they're all like, if you don't use this or use that, then you're not playing the right way because it's not the greatest way to play. And, well, to me, that's not fun. I'm all about fun. If it isn't fun, I'm not going to do it. And the last thing I'll say is that if I could play online, that would be epic, but I can't because the game doesn't have an infrastructure and I don't have a way to use the ad hoc party or X-Link Kai, so I'm pretty much limited to AI-only battles, but it is what it is. But now the next thing is the Type 0 localization. I've seen people ask again and again when the Western localization is going to be. And we've answered it I don't know how many times, and it gets to a point where you're going to get a little snappy about it. So I'm basically going to say right here that in the official Ultimania for Final Fantasy Type 0, or Reishiki, which was released on November 24th, the official main producer and the developers in general said that they are working on a Western version and there will be later news about it. And when they say later news, they mean a couple months later. It's not going to be 1 week, 2 weeks, no, it's going to be a couple months. That's how they roll. I know. And if you want a better example, look at Namco and their Tales games. When do they get localized? Usually never, but when they do, it takes them about a year. So, that's what you should expect. And don't tell me that, oh, Square has a new policy of releasing their games very close to one another. That's for their super main title games. And as for the Dissidia, most of it was already done, hence the short release. And that's all I gotta say about that. I was gonna talk about Final Fantasy 13 too, and how I feel about it, and all the crap I would spew about it, but since I probably get quite nasty about it, I will do it in a different video, because, yeah, I'm not about to yell and scream. Well, I wouldn't yell and scream, but you probably would in the comment box or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna say that I'm not that impressed with it. That the developer isn't doing anything right. So, I don't know. I guess if you want me to talk about it in another video, you'll learn all the reasons why I don't really like it. But anyway, what I'm really excited about is Icarus Uprising for the 3DS. I've watched this game for a while, and I'm very impressed with it. It seems to have lots of content going for it. Some content I'm not going to even bother with. But the augmented reality cards, they look cool. Maybe the younger kids will like it. They probably will. But it looks pretty cool. But anyway, I like the fact that it's combining different things from different games. There's Metroid references in it. There's even RPG references in it. That's awesome. They also have some cool Metroid references. There's a big Metroid reference in it too, but I'm not going to say anything about that. Because, I don't want to spoil anyone. Keep the surprise. But, I really like it. There's RPG elements, as in, you get different weapons with different abilities, and they have different attributes. And I like how you can increase the difficulty in a strange way. It's kind of cool. And when you're playing, it's like a mix of Sin and Punishment and Star Fox Assault land battles, kinda. And the way your character moves, you'd think it was directly ripped out of Smash Brothers. And you're like, wow, awesome. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. If there's any game that would sucker me into buying a 3DS, that's the game, because that's what I plan to do. I was going to wait until maybe a 3DS revision came out, but I said either Kid Icarus comes out first or a revision does. That's what it's going to do. The only thing I'm disappointed in is that it won't come with the Circle Pad Pro because I'm left-handed. But if the control design is very similar to Metroid Prime Hunters, I'm not going to have a problem with it. It's easy to adapt to stuff like that. I'm usually good with anything I play. If I'm interested in it, that is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Another thing I want to talk about is that GameFAQs' layout has changed again. And I'm all like, why? Because, I turned on, I expect to see the same thing. But it's different. I didn't really like it. I was being a little, but I'm going to get used to it. My main thing was I was used to the post message and whatever in the top left, and me not seeing that just made me a little angry. But I'll get used to it. It's no big deal. But, regarding any remixes, if there's anything that you would like me to put up that I might have floating around, then go ahead. Lastly, I think I skipped this for last. Don't know if I even talked about it. Final Fantasy Dimensions is a new trademark from Square Enix. It was patented on January 16th, and my initial thoughts, because, that's how I am. It's like, oh, man, this could be it. This could be the game. A game about Gilgamesh. It'll be awesome. But, that's just me being full of shit. Because Square and its developers, they're not that smart. They wouldn't cater to me, the biggest fan of them all. But that's what I thought. But realistically, I honestly think that due to the name Dimensions and that the 3DS deals with the 3D dimensions, it's going to be a 3DS title. But I could be wrong. It might be a Vita title. We don't know what platform it's going to be on, but it's safe to say it's most likely going to be a portable title. And another thing I think is that if you look on GameFAQs and the 3DS boards, there is a Final Fantasy working title, so that might also be Dimensions. For those that think it's gonna be another Dissidia, I highly doubt it. I don't even count Lucidescent as the second one, actually. I consider it more of an expansion, like, Street Fighter Turbo Edition, along those lines. But, those that think it's going to be that feeder rhythm game in English, or the Type 0 title, I don't think it's going to be that, because I've imported and played that game through PSN, and it's not going to deal with Dimensions all that much. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it.